Everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you for dropping so many comments this morning, between this morning and yesterday. It is truly appreciated. Knowing that is the videos are sending the confirmation you need as well as the answers to apply along your path of discovery. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings. Love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are uplifting to you, informative, or just give you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath. They're going through trying times at the moment and just needing spiritual guidance as well as, um, confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes. Please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, please give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. Greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. The music that I'm listening to in the background is called 12 Hours of Healing Sleep Music. Body mind restoration, stress relief, delta waves, meditation. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas Take the Advantage of Seeing the Truth That Was Hidden Within the Illusion. A lot of times when we're on our path, or even just from the things that we have been set on our journey for the wheels to go through motion of basically prepping us for all the crazy stuff we're going to have to endure throughout the world. um and being on our path is not an easy, it's not an easy thing to do. I know I've been getting a lot of emails as well as text messages, and y'all are sharing things with me that you're really struggling with, and I truly understand these things are not easy. It's not like a walk in the park, but you have to allow, at times you really have to allow yourself to just take that moment and breathe, because it's just like you're going through so many different emotions, because you're going through healing in layers. You're searching for your truth, and this being spilled out in layers. The universe is guiding you towards things that will assist you along your way. And then it'll allow you to go back in different times of your life. Like it's like what was that movie? It's a Wonderful Life. When it was like that man had to go in certain parts of his life for him to be able to understand the bigger picture on everything that has taken place in his life. A lot of times when things seem so hard for us, especially at this moment in time, because number one, we are getting ready to end that retrograde. The retrograde has been a very powerful learning experience for the last few weeks. Of boy, it's just everything that's taken place. My spiritual gifts has like catapulted towards shoot out of this galaxy, and it has had me very open and makes me very sensitive towards a lot of things as well as a lot of people. And it's been making me take a lot more self-care breaks just to recharge myself, because it's like coming connected with certain people, different flashes come up to where it will help me like basically sit in their shoes for a minute just to be able to understand what kind of ailments they're dealing with, what kind of mindset that is that is taking them towards the situation. What do they need to look for? What do they need to part ways with? All those different things are being guided towards me for me to be able to help others. And I think it's really a true blessing. But I just have to allow myself to be able to turn that mess off at times, because certain things y'all are really going through can really place you in a traumatizing frequency. Like everything is very harsh. It's like a slap in the face, because a lot of times when you're searching for the truth, the vibrations of our fear, our detachment, our fear of detachment, as well as doubts, patience, can power up illusions that can really distract us in ways, and a lot of times we don't realize it's our inner psyche that can make problems worse off than what they actually were. And a lot of times, you can't understand why certain things are being so heavy to you. Why are the people that you really trust and admired are the main ones, as soon as you turn your back, and stabbing you all up in your back, and then asking you why you're bleeding. All these different things are taking place in your life, and it's needing you to really see the truth on what it is. And there's a lot of people that are going through this, and I feel like I'm so freaking blessed, because it's like, lately I've been, people have been contacting me left and right, left and right, left and right. And it's not the fact is overwhelming me. It just makes me emotionally happy, because there's so many people. When I ask the universe, can you please send me people that I can help? Because I know a lot of us are going through these things. And I knew what it felt like when I first started my journey. I didn't have anybody physical here, that guided me towards all these things. I had my dad, I had my mom, as well as, my other family members that have passed on, as well as my spirit guides. Everybody was assisting me, taking me towards different things. Or it was people connected with my dad that has passed on that comes to me, or it's just the energy I have, people that I never thought I would be able to spiritually connect with at that level, has came to me. So it just like really allows me to really feel blessed to be able to go through this journey with you. Um, this journey can be very confusing at times. It can be very overwhelming, but you have to allow yourself to know you need to be fair to yourself. We're always good on pushing love out to others, but then we lack it when it needs to be reflected back to you. And you have to be able to allow yourself to know when you can have the answers for other people about the things that they're toying with, things that they're struggling to make peace with. And it's easy for you to give that words of wisdom out, but then when it comes to yourself, it gets very clueless. And it's just like you have to be able to tell yourself the same things that you're telling the other people out there. Because a lot of times when people are coming connection with you, um, is either for assistance, or they're reflecting something to you you need to pay attention within yourself. you know a lot of times these tragedies and stressful circumstances can really place you in a situation where you feel overwhelmed. You want to just walk away from everything. And it's not, your soul's not going to let you do that. You have the power to get through this. A lot of people are going through their soul contracts where they're no longer here anymore, because they needed them more on the other side to protect them. They're the families that are on the mission here, and they had to be able to protect them there. So it's just like all these different things are going about. And it's like when I allow myself to really see all the changes that I've been through, it is took me through an emotional roller coaster. There's times things, healing from everything. And just like, a few weeks ago, my sister got kidnapped, and all the stuff that I'm already dealing with, plus all the changes that I'm going through. And then a gift heightens on top of that, and I was just like, I was taken aback, and I was just like, I was really trying to keep myself busy around that time, because I knew if I sat too long, idle hands is the devil's playground. And I just, I'm still dealing with stuff, but not is, I'm dealing with it, but I'm allowing myself to see it in a better light, because I see the situations that I've been placed in, and then I can see the things that has taken place in my life, from either the bad decisions I've made, or the deception of others to try to keep me distracted from things. And then when I allow myself to really see what has transpired in my life, it's been a lot of blessings, because those situations that I've been placed in wasn't there to hurt me, but it was there to reflect towards me of the things that I needed to see, that was wrapped up in the illusion. It's just like I forgot what those daggone steaks are called, but like if you go to a meat truck, those folks that have like the sirloin steaks, the chicken and stuff like that, be having all this stuff in a like an ice cream truck. I don't know if they have that overseas, because I know a lot of y'all come from overseas that I communicate with as well. But it's like, I don't know what that kind of steak is, but it was like that little chunk of steak with the bacon all the wrap all around it. It looks like a whole bunch of clogged arteries. Basically looking at that. But that's how our truth is sitting. It's like you're looking for that golden cup chalice, the chalice golden cup, but it's hidden in between things that you fear. It's hidden um between things that you choose to ignore. You're not facing all those things because it's like, I'm hearing people saying, Rosalind, I can't bear this, I can't take it anymore. And there's a lot of times the reason why it seems so heavy is when you're resisting. It's like tug of war. Universe is trying to get you to really see things from a bigger picture, but you're trying to pull back because you don't want to face these things, because you don't want the same emotions to come up from when it happened. But you have to allow yourself, this is something you have to go through. These are the things that's going to make you stronger, and at times it hurts, but a lot of times the things that break you is the things that you know structurally makes you. And I don't know if that's the word, but it's going to be one today. But I'm just saying, it gives you a strong foundation to keep building on that. You know what blessings you're trying to bring in your life. You know what path you're going to take, but you can't ask for this and not know that there's going to be a balance within everything. There's things that universe is guiding you towards. These are the things they really want you to see in an indirect way that's coming to you directly. And there's a lot of things that people speak on that they're trying to go in their life, and I'm surely, I'm supportive as the best way I can. If I can help out, I'll go ahead and do it. I know what that feels like for people to try to block out the things that you're trying to do, not just for yourself, but just for other people. That is going to have a domino effect on that. So these things that you're trying to place into your life, you know what you're trying to manifest. But for you to get these, you have to be able to know the fine print. Yes, we're going to give you these gifts, but we need you to allow yourself to let go of the baggage that has been holding you back this whole time. We want you to be able to see these situations that you were placed in, that we needed you to be placed in, just for you to remind your strength of everything you have endured in your life, that you're still here to be able to tell somebody else about it. Yes, it's going to be a struggle, but only reason why it's going to continue to be a struggle if you're not allowing yourself to really see what those situations needed to teach you on a different, deeper level. There's a lot of times I'm going through my stuff. There's a lot of things that I haven't had closure to, but I have to allow myself to let nature take its course. The things that it was very unjust that has happened to me through people's lies and deception and neglect, that was a very hurtful situation to go through. And I used to get pissed, like, asking God, why are you allowing these folks to get away with this? How come I'm not knowing what happened to my dad? Who gave him these pills and stuff like that? So it's like a why. But then it's just like they're allowing me to say, you know what, you're doing a good job, you are helping so many people, and we know you need a peace of mind. We know you need closure, but it will happen when they want it to happen. But you need to keep going, you need to keep assisting, you need to keep healing, you need to keep projecting, you need to consume in the positivity and love, and reflect it towards other people, and as well as parting ways with the BS that you have held on for so long. Because it's like, when I'm allowing myself to be fair to myself, because a lot of times we are unfair to ourselves because we are allowing ourselves to go in a mental repeat of everything that has really triggered us, that has abandoned us, that has beat us up. It downright had you in the dark, ready to want to end everything. And you have to stop punishing yourself for those things. You can't change those. These are the things that was supposed to change you. And a lot of times we're in situations and we feel like, how are we trying to maneuver ourselves out of it? And the only thing the most simplest thing, and it's not as simple, it just depends on how you look at it. Because I was like that too. I said, this ain't simple. Yes, it is. If you know you want your blessings, if you want these blessings to come into your life, they're not asking you for much. And a lot of times you feel it's like they got you jumping monkey hoops. I used to say that all the time. As soon as I said that, the daggone notification popped up so quick. Well, I used to do that. I'm keeping it very real, going through stuff, ready to go, Jersey headhunter on the folks that was supposed to be family to me. That really hurt me to the core, especially when it came to me dealing with my biological family. And, you blocked that from me, because that was the only person between him and my mom, my biological dad and my adopted mom. Those are the main people that cared for me. And it's just like I had to be comforted by my spirit guides, my loved ones. It was just like my best friend. And that's why I was wondering why it came up, because I know her anniversary is coming up on, and our birthdays is is too, you know. And she was telling me, you know, we're proud of you. We know what you're going through is not easy, but you are reflecting strength more than you are reflecting anger, you know. And it's they know when you're allowing yourself, there's certain times you might have a little emotion, you know, because of all the things that you're dealing with life, and that's okay, that's totally normal. Because when you're allowing yourself to go for that journey of peace, going through that journey of loving yourself more than you ever had before, you know, learning how to allow yourself to break free from the things that put you on a path to be able to discover the things that's been shut off, you know. And a lot of times we fight that, and when you fight that, that's where the all that resistance is just like you trying to pull a big heavy tree out of Yellowstone Park with a little F-150. And I mean one of these big trees, you know. And you're trying to, when you're pulling that, and it's like you're going to end up tearing something apart. And that's what you're doing with your life. And it's just like, we, you know, the universe is not blind to any of the things that we have experienced in life. And trust, believe, and believe for real that karma will seek a vengeance that's so vicious, they'll probably scare, you know, your long line of generation ain't even got here yet. It's gonna probably scare them, you know. So it's just like a lot of things, you are going through things, but your situations are going to give you a badge of honor on so many different things in your life, you know. It's like, I go through my challenges, you know. I talk to people on a daily basis, talk to as many people as I can, and you know, and I cry at times because, you know, universe and God really has that faith in me that they want me to be able to use my personal experience to help out so many people. And I didn't know this is what they set me up on. And there's days I sit here and cry and I tell them thank you. You know, it makes me feel good when I can allow myself to help somebody get that peace of mind, to get that clarity in their life, to give them that deeper understanding when other people got trapped in their confusion on trying to, you know, read between the lines on what you're talking about because they couldn't understand, you know. And it is just, the fact is, as us as empaths, we want to save the world, but it's just like, that's not your job. You know what I'm saying? That's not your job. It's for you to be able to, you know, reflect the things that you have gone through, just doing like me. You know, there's a lot of things that has taken place in our lives that is really, you know, can really pull you in a direction that you don't want to be in. But you have to allow yourself to be able to face your monsters in the closet, you know, no longer running from things that, you know, you can't change. But just allow yourself to see, if you keep going in those repetitive patterns, you have to ask yourself, what are you missing? What are you missing? What are you looking over? Because there's something that you're missing out of that situation. They don't want you to pay attention to the person or the situation. They want you to pay attention to the lesson that is reflecting towards you, for you to be able to understand, this is what we need you to heal from. These are the things you need to know. None of these things, people come in your life all the time. Like I said, you know, I keep constantly saying, a lot of times your enemy sees your blessings before you do. They will come and bring, you know, miserable vibes towards you, constant, like being, you know, vindictive, or just being insecure in their own situation, that they work overtime to make sure you don't get your blessings. And that's more sad than anything, because I'll tell somebody with a quickness, if you, all this energy you're taking to try to block me on my stuff, why don't you take that same energy back over there to you and heal from whatever it is that you keep coming back over here for, worrying about what's going on in this situation. I tell people, don't be throwing rocks at glass houses, especially when your ass is living in a glass house and need to sweep out that front porch. You're worrying about everybody else's house when you're not cleaning up your own, you know. And there's people are like that, and you cannot be moved by that. None of those things, no past situation, no person, or what kind of stuff they trying to raise with you, is powerless to you if you don't allow yourself to, you know, engage in that. You know, a lot of times you gotta laugh to keep from crying. You know, just laugh at somebody before you beef with them. It's not, you don't even, you have to allow yourself to see, think to yourself. Your higher selves tell you, is this the type of energy, is this the energy you need to be placing on this situation? If it, I mean, is it going to bring out a positive impact in your life for you putting your energy in that? You have to be able to tell yourself that, because there's a lot of times, especially with me, I can't stand it when somebody lie when you don't have no reason to. And now it's just like when my spider senses will go off and I just chuckle and I keep going. I said, as long as they don't get me wrapped up in whatever they got going on, I'm cool. I'm straight cool. That's why I said I'm not allowing myself to get mixed up in other things. Not worrying about what people say to me or what they don't believe and what they do believe and what they're saying about me. How I validate myself is what is important for me. I know my path. I know what I'm doing. I learn about new things every day. I'm connecting with people every day. What I'm focused on is my come up, my glow up, my salvation, my redemption, my healing, all these different things, being able to assist people that need that because I did not have that. So it's just like when you know what that experience feels like to be lost. And it's just, I'm still blessed. I'm not even going to say I was, but I'm still blessed because the fact is, my gifts went into high gear on top of everything I was going through. And it's just a lot of times when I sit with my angels and my spirit guides, I'm so blessed that, God blessed me with all these gifts of being clairvoyant, clairaudience, and um essence, whatever, all them clairs they gave me, you know. Um and it allows me to really sit with my past loved ones and just for them to be able to give me the bird's eye view, the vantage point, you know, and different things of what has taken place in my life. And and there's times, I pat my own self on the back because there's a lot of things when you allow yourself to really sit back and not dwell on the past, but allow yourself to see the things that you have overcome that you really thought you didn't have the energy or the motivation or the determination to heal for what has been placed on you. And then when I allowed myself to actually step back and really read between the lines, because I had to allow myself to go past the smoke and mirrors of illusion, I had to be able to push that out. And when I did, it allowed me to see the truth in myself. And as soon as I seen that, you see, bright light just came up with that notification. I was able to see that fierce warrior of everything that I represent, everything that I'm trying to project towards others for them to be able to project out of themselves. All these things, you carry that, but you won't be able to see it if you're allowing yourself to keep on paying attention to the things that set you on that path. I have done it. Trust me, I know it's not easy, but though that's where your strength come in. You can sit up here and play a pity party, be a victim or whatever, and you're not what has been placed on you. You're not what people claim that you are, because when they tell you you're this, that, and the third, they're just telling you how they feel about themselves. Because I laugh at folks when they say something to me, oh, you fake and you phony. Oh, are you projecting your insecurities about me? Because I know I'm not lying about anything. There's people even come to me about my on my channel. I say, you know how many damn empaths are on my daggone channel? They would have been able to peg me out as an imposter a long time ago. I would have got shot out all type of ways. The only ones that come after me is the ones that are threatened by my daggone my views. That's not my problem. That is not my problem. That's more of a personal problem on where you need to heal at, because if my truth is bothering you, there's something really wrong with you that you have to be, you need to heal from. It's just like when I come up with the reflectors that, my mom's ex-husband, they are bugged. They try to do everything out in the book, and it's just, I'm blessed because they told me everything I had to do in my life on being able, when people have done things to you, and I mean really done something to you. And I'll tell them real quick, you ain't signed that ass kicking clause. And it's like, they were like, ass kicking clause. Rosalind, what's that? I'm telling my friends that. I said, they didn't sign an ass kicking clause. They said, what's that? In case you get caught, it's your ass. And they didn't sign that because they never felt like they were going to get caught in things, and then they got cocky with it. Don't get cocky and then try to tell somebody your greatest fear, because you forgot. Did you try to make sure my greatest fear was, and I always told them, they always told me, what are you really scared of? Um, Being able to know that I knew either my mother or my father for all these times, and I never got a chance to meet them if they passed away. They made sure I lived out that fear, or, my mom's ex-husband would ask, it would make you really happy to find out your family, huh? Yeah. Okay, he got real quiet and started laughing, in the back of my mind, at the back of his mind, he was like, I'm gonna make sure she don't never get it because I don't want to see her happy. And that's sad, especially if it's somebody who adopted you. Now I can see if I was one of them illegitimate kids, that you weren't playing, and it was like one of them oops babies. I wasn't an oop baby. You signed contracts to have me. But then it was just like when you see that my dad was very determined to make sure he knew your every move, and you try to block him and he still got that. My dad always say, don't try to play me, because when you try to play me, you're gonna play yourself. And that's what happened. They got mad because my dad was always trying to find me all the time. And they tried their best to say anything and everything towards my dad and my mom and, rest of my family about certain things just to keep me out the limelight for them to live good. And it really took me a long time to really settle. It's just like, you are much better than them. You're not being cocky about that, but you are going to be that one that's going to be that main prime example of healing from damaging situations. Generational curses is going to stop today. Karmic cycles, non-existent. Because it's like, even though there's times I get emotional about that, it's because when I've stayed strong for so long and I've gotten tired, but I won't give up. I might rest, but you ain't gonna see me quit. You might see me struggle, but you're not gonna see me quit. And people pray for your downfall. There's a lot of people that don't want me to have closure. They don't want to see me happy. And it's just like, when anybody has worked overtime to make sure they did that, I always make sure I prayed for them. Anytime they place something on my life, I made sure it went right back to sender, but I'm not sending it back to you like you tried to give it to me. I'm sending that back to you, and then I'm going to send you praises of love and healing because of what you try to place on my life. I'm not going to hold no grudges on you. I'm too busy trying to make my daggone, I want to make room for my blessings. That holding on to grudges for you, whatever's going to happen, whatever's going to be will be. What's for you is for you. What's not for you is not for you. You don't have to steal. You don't have to chase. You won't have to lie to get what is for you. And that's why I don't, at times I was getting mad because I'm just like, I didn't get a chance to meet my dad. Reached out to my mom, and you try to, bombard me that and tell lies to make sure my mom didn't even get me home. And it was like, I'm not even mad at my mom. Even though I really needed her, I had to understand and respect her privacy because I wasn't revealed to my siblings, because that would have been like a whole can of worms that they had to open and explain. And I knew it was hard for her to give me up. And I don't hold any grudges against my mom or against my dad. My mom was 16, going on 17. My dad was 18, getting ready to go on 19, 19 days after I was born. So it's just like all these different things has taken place in my life. And my spirit guides has helped me behind all measures. And at times I done sat here and cried my eyes out until my eyes were swelled shut and trying to ask for peace and redemption and saving, and I ask God for forgive me for having anger and hatred for these people doing this to me. And then it reflected to me the things that you have endured, and all you had to endure at one time, on top of you trying to help people and trying to find peace in your mind and heart. That takes a mighty strong person, and that sometimes it's hard for you to see that within your storms. But that's when your blessings start come to you in heavy ways. Because a lot of times, I can't connect with people and we chit chat. I don't go into, details or anything. But there's a lot of things that we deal with. They're very heavy, very stressful, very overwhelming, where you can wish you can just walk away from it because you're so tired of dealing with the things that you have dealt with. It feels unfair when people have not owned up to the things that they did to you. They didn't give you any kind of explanation. They weren't supposed to. They were sent in your life to help you break those patterns. I refuse to be like the folks that I place myself around. I refuse to do that. I'm going to do better. I can show you better than I can tell you. Being able to know all the things they put me through. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped smoking cigarettes. Hell, I ain't had a drink since May 19th, and that was only a couple of sips of a wine cooler. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. If I had me a drink, it's over a big celebration. Other than that, I don't need a drink to face my burdens. I don't need a drink or smoke a cigarette or a sack of weed to sit up here and allow myself to heal through that pain. I'm allowing myself to go in raw with that, allowing myself to really not wanting to add an escape to my life for me to be able to ease that bump. That's only intensifying things. because you have to allow yourself to have that herbal courage for you to do that. And it's just like, I tell people, I don't knock nobody down for what they do. I don't judge anybody. I'm not God. You do what you need to do, because there's a lot of times us as uh, uh, there's things that we have endured in life that has really been hard for us, and you're trying to make peace with what is going on. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm texting at the same time. My daughter's texting me, but we have gone through a lot of things that we did not see that we were going to overcome, and it wasn't easy to do that. But then when you allow yourself to give yourself that time just to be able to understand, like, okay, these things are really heavy, and I'm so tired of allowing myself to get hurt by these people. And then when you allow yourself to know, uh, if these people aren't even in your life anymore, they don't have that power over you. And it's just like, if you allow yourself to be in emotions about what certain things is taking place in your life, that is also giving that, not just that person, but that predicament. You took all your happiness and gave it to that situation, and you're being unfair to yourself. And it just going through the things I've gone through, there's times I had to sit here. There's times that I sat here and prayed and prayed and prayed and prayed, just to get that peace of mind in my heart, trying not to be vengeful, because I've seen a lot of people, that have killed their parents for far more or less than the things that I've gone through. And I had to allow myself to break away from that and not harp on impulses, be better than them, reflect better than them. They were hoping to break me for the things that they put me through. And it's just like, truth is falling in my lap for what these folks did. And it's like darkness and darkness of enemies allowed me to see the truth, just to see, am I gonna allow myself to go over there and start, pulling a scar face and start shooting up every daggone thing, or I'm gonna allow myself to get peace with myself and allow justice to take its course, allow things to go the way it's supposed to. I had to allow myself to do that, and that took a lot of strength for me to do. That had to be a lot of reflection I had to make time for. And as long as I've allowed myself to connect with people, whether it was a negative experience or whether it was a positive one, it allowed me to grow within that connection. Because it's like, anytime you have connected with another empath and you're just, y'all are discussing the things that you have endured, or the things that you have came to terms with, or the things that you have found out that was not pretty, you know, um, and you're still here. Those are the things that you have to take your power back from, because you are these big spiritual beings that stayed strong. You endured a lot of wars. You had to face a lot of things. This is your moment. This is really your moment for all those different things in your life. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park and you'll be sniffing roses and tiptoeing through the tulips and junk like that. But then when you allow yourself to really see what has taken place in your life, and seeing that you were never alone, and a lot of times we go through certain situations and it make you feel like you're alone. I've been there. There's so many times that I sat in the shower and just cried because I didn't want anybody else to hear me, because it was like, there's times I go through these surreal moments. And, when I try to get peace in my heart just by, listening to songs that my dad has made for me, or things that reminded me of him, or even performances or pictures, it's a lot to deal with, especially when, his extended family all around the world shows so much love to him. And it's like, it's a healing process that I get when I hear people talk about how my dad's music has impacted their life. But just the heaviness of how they feel about what has taken place in his life also hits me too. So, that takes a lot to do that. Things have a reason for happening the way it does. I can't question God. I dare not to. I've been through enough. I ain't trying to add something to it. I'm not going to add no weight to that, trying to wreck my brain about what God's doing. I can't question his motives. I can't question what he's trying to change in my life. But I know good and well he's not leading me out to pastures. That's one thing he's not going to do. And a lot of times, you get mad. I don't tell him, oh, you working on my nerve. But I'm like, oh, Lord, just forgive me for saying that. But then he was like, I know this pisses you off. I know, you know, I know it pisses you off, but you have to allow yourself to see the strength in you. These things won't be able to drown you if you don't allow yourself. It's like when you're allowing yourself to be drowned by everything that's taking place in your life. It's like you taking like 4 or 5 cement blocks and putting all these chains in them, and you know wrapping your legs around those chains. It's up to you how you choose to look at the truth. Are you allowing yourself to be moved, impressed by the illusions that's been placed around that? Because a lot of times it's just what our vibes on how we look at things, how we see things, how we feel things. Our emotions build up that extra energy that you have consumed and put around that truth that you have constantly run from. And I've done it for years. I did it when I was a little girl. I still be trying to look at it like that. Why I had to be the runner? I've always been running. I hauled butt every time my dad used to, try to find me. And at times me and him kiki about it, because I would have dreams and I'd be running and he was like, wait a minute. I'll chase you all over the world and back, but today ain't the day. Come here. And I'm just sitting up here trying not to laugh. And he's like, you think that's funny? No. I was like, shoot, I'm one of the type of people. I said, hey, daddy, I watch a lot of horror movies. I'd be damned if I'm going to sit up here and watch something run at me and you think I ain't going to move. And then he'll end up busting out laughing. He was like, well, touche, touche. So we got that little, the hee ha ha moment. But then, being able to know you're getting that assistance. Allow yourself to be open towards the love that the universe is trying to give you, the knowledge they're trying to give you, allowing yourself to know these things to set your path in motion. These are the things that had to transpire in your life for you to understand how the world works, how you work, how you choose to focus on things, how you choose to look at different things in a different perspective, and being true to yourself on those many levels that you truly deserve. Allow yourself to see your truth, invest in your truth, and consume your truth. Wrap it up with you, comfort it. You need to do that. So, all these things that you're going through, trust me, I know. I get it. If you've been with me for a while, shoot, it's just like I got all these different multiple persons. Dad was like, why you got to be all extra with it? Apple doesn't fall from the tree. Because I can be very dramatic and very upset, and all of my emotions be probably be snotting and stuff like that, or I can act really goofy. He's like, you just got to be extra with both. I'm like, yes, I do. I have to be that way, but, I wouldn't be me if I wouldn't. I allow myself to be, projected out in that way because it's like being transparent, not hiding behind anything. I don't like getting emotions. Y'all don't sit up here and see me with my face getting all red and I'm sitting up here crying. I'm like, ugh, do not cry. Think about a happy place. Think about a happy place. And I have to really convert myself. Look at dolphins. I got to do something because I get very stressed out and I don't like to cry. Especially it's just like the energy y'all carry. It's like sometimes when I'm reading your emails or I'm reading your text messages, it has a lot of volume to it. It has a lot of strength, but it carries a lot of pain and grief and confusion. And I get it. And I just ask, if I'm just asking for that assistance to be able to help this person, get that peace of mind, finding that happiness within themselves that they have lost so long ago. You need that in your life. You need that love for yourself. You can validate everything about you. You don't need anybody else to do that on the outside because they're going to see you how they want to see you. Your importance is how you see you. If you don't like the things that's going on, you have to change it. I have to do that with myself and being able to really stick to it. So I hope this was able to, resonate with you in some kind of way. Because I was like, God, dog, I'm really talking here. But, a lot of us are going through that face off like thing. It's like John Travolta right here and Nicolas Cage right here. It's like face off. Took the damn mask off. So you allow yourself to see the truth in any way possible. But trust and believe you are that warrior of everything that can overcome everything. You've done it before many years ago, and many millenniums ago, and you've there because there's snippets coming in your life that shows you how you have conquered things, how things that try to consume you broke free of. There's nothing different about this time except that, it's hidden behind all those things that, that causes us to turn a blind eye. So be fair to yourself, find your truth, learn your truth, appreciate your truth, and let your truth take you to that next level. So I would love to give a post notification shout out per Pernay the poet, as well as my Ara, Natasha, and Laureen. Brand, much love to you. If it's your first time being at my channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. Drop a line. Let me know if you resonate with the things that I talk about. I hope you can find other videos. This on my channel. I got almost close to 2,000 videos. So I try to cover a lot of things that we tend to deal with on different days. I have videos about indigos. I have videos about pagans, Wiccans, witches, INFJs, twin flames, narcissism, healing, all these different things that you may need along the way. So like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Um, Share, give me a thumbs up. It might be some people that that are empath and struggling, with day-to-day life. So it would be good to, just add another one to the fam. So I hope you have a blessed weekend, a prosperous week. I hope everything that you're trying to work to bring into your reality comes 100,000 times more than what you even asked for or what you can even comprehend, and it comes so much sooner than you expect it to. Make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know, all those beautiful things from you can really take somebody a long way. So if you need to get in touch with me, you don't feel comfortable with here on the Tube of You, you can always find me on the Book of Faces or Messenger. I'm not accepting any friend requests, but I love to stay connected with people on my Messenger. So don't get offensive if I have not accepted your friend request. I only want to connect with people on the Messenger part. I've been having bad situations that happen for me, let my guard down and letting people on my main page. So I decided not to go ahead and punish people that it had nothing to do with, but just being able to be blessed to, keep in touch with you there. A lot of people have been sending me emails. I know a lot of people don't really deal with social media other than here, but I always tell them you don't have to have that main page for you to have Messenger, because that's the quickest way to find me. And I try to respond as quick as I can. If you're in the US and you message me, it's 10 o'clock in the morning to 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Nothing before 10 o'clock and nothing after 10:30. That's 7 days a week. Those are my times where I am definitely recharging. And so I will see you on my next video. Oh yeah, and anytime you message me or anything, everything is in confidence, and I help you out the best way I can. So I will see you on my next video. And if you need to get in touch with me in this extreme emergency, because I know a lot of us are going through very intense changes where it can make you feel like your world's about to end, please don't hesitate to call me, or I mean, not call me, but text me, and I'll help you out the best way I can. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild.